I was supposed to speak on a panel. The two panelists I was going to be with, we kind of had a disagreement about how I connect disabilities to other minority groups. So here I am by myself. Um, I've never seen anybody like me speak at a conference or on a stage, so I wanted to represent people with disabilities, even though my target audience isn't really in the room. My friends are, and that's why I'm doing this, okay? So thank you. So I looked up some stats to get ready for this, and I've always known these things, but I'm sure you may not. So the World Health Organization estimates that 16% of the world's population has a disability. Some people with disabilities live as much as 20 years less than able-bodied people. And because I'm Canadian, I looked up some Canadian stats. And Stats Canada reports the unemployment rate among people with disabilities between 25 and 64 is 24%. So if you think about that in the context of the recession we're currently living in and the Great Depression of the 1930s, the unemployment rate in the Great Depression was 28%. So just imagine where we are economically relative to able-bodied people. And of course, those numbers all jump if you're severely disabled. I would consider myself mildly disabled, cognitively aware, physically capable. But if you're not, obviously your opportunities are a lot fewer and further between. A similar stat out of England suggests that people with disabilities are 4 times more likely to experience loneliness, and the University of Maryland says that adults with disabilities are 50% less likely to get married. So if you're in your mid-30s looking to build a life, have a partner, have children, have a career, you're way less likely to have any of those things going on in life. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. I guess I should have started with that slide, but anyway. I'm a content marketer. I've been in crypto for 7 years already. I've worked with over 30 different brands in various capacities. So I know all about Web3, and I was into crypto before NFTs were a buzzword. So I love the space, and I love what I do. In the last 6 months, I spent a lot of time looking for work. I was a freelancer, and frankly, I got my ass kicked by the bear market, lost all my clients, and started looking for a job. And I noticed that only 2 or 3 applications asked if I was a minority, and only 1 or 2 of those asked if I had a disability. So if you want people to know that you need to be included, you typically get asked if you're a woman or racial minority, but nobody really asks about disability. And actually, I had an interesting talk today with a creator of the Pepe art from 2015, and he mentioned to me that companies don't ask about disability because if they don't ask, you can't sue them when they don't include you. And that's something I never thought of. So that's something I would like to change. I'm not sure how many big companies want to be involved with me on that regard, but I definitely think that's unfair, and we should do something about it. So basically what I would like to do is build a flagship project for people with disabilities. We have World of Women. We have projects for racial minorities, and of course, they've built up their IP and created all kinds of business opportunities and social inclusivity opportunities for themselves. I'm currently 37 years old. I'm realizing I'm probably not going to be the chief marketing officer of a big project in my life, unless it's my own project. And I figure there must be tons of people with disabilities who are intellectually capable and just as ambitious and probably don't trust the able-bodied world, if I may call it that, to help us rise to the top. So I figured, why not have an amazing blue chip project that can raise tons of money? We can decentralize things using a DAO. We can provide scholarships and grants and create a pop culture buzz that we've never really had in the disability community. And so that's what I'd like to do. And this is sort of the one group in this industry that we can help the most. People with disabilities are represented in every gender and every race. And I just feel like we never really talk about it, and there's so much value to be had. I got to tell a quick story. I know recently there was an idea going viral of The Little Mermaid being black in the Disney production of it. And of course, in the movie, she sings a song about being part of your world, wishing she could be a part of your world. And my philosophy is, if you just took her black skin away and gave her a wheelchair, she could sing the same song. But the thing is that Disney would rather have her wearing fish fins than have a wheelchair. And you could tell the same story, but nobody wants to hear that. And I'm just kind of tired of the whole thing. I'm tired of the whole diversity talk because it's limited to everybody else. It's not really including us. And rather than asking people for permission to include me and working until I die to convince people who won't listen to me, I'd rather work with people who already want to listen to me. And I'd rather represent people with disabilities who might be able to look at our project one day and say, if Jack can light a fire under people's asses and get this started, maybe the next generation can take it to another level. And that's what I'd like to see. So yeah, I've been fortunate enough to make a lot of great friends in the space, and I hope to meet more of you. And if you get behind me, I know we can get some real influencers involved and make it a whole big thing. That would be really special, but I don't just want it to be charitable. I want it to be thoughtful in terms of helping people become leaders in business and politics and other facets of life. Because growing up as a kid, I didn't see anybody in magazines that looked like me unless I was looking at a disability-related magazine. And you know, whether we talk about movies or TV shows or any other aspect of life, we're mostly painted as motivational speakers, and I'm not here to inspire anybody. I'm here to kick you in the ass and tell you to wake up, because that's what I want. I want people to wake up. I'm not a motivational speaker. I want success just like you do, and so do 99% of the disabled people that I know that are not motivational speakers. We want romantic partners. We want to own homes. We want to build businesses. So please help us out. I think this is the perfect space to do it, and I'm just looking for anybody that's willing to jump on board and help me out. And I totally forgot about my slides because I just want to tell you that it's important, and I really appreciate the support. So thank you very much.